Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 State of the City Watch Party. My name is Laura Baseball, Chair of the Board for the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce. We have partnered with the City of Burnsville for many years to present the annual State of the City Report. We will watch together the State of the City Report momentarily, and then after the report, the mayor will join us for additional comments, questions, and networking. So thank you again for joining us this afternoon. We will see you again shortly. Thank you.
And welcome to the State of the City in the beautiful Ames Center. The Ames Center went dark for a good portion of 2020, but I am happy to see it filled with light and hope today for the exciting times yet to come. I am thrilled to be here in person. To those here today, thank you for joining me in celebrating a new day and a new year. A special thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for hosting and supporting this event. The Chamber and City have been partners for many years. That partnership was extremely valuable as we supported each other's efforts during 2020. And we look forward to continuing our partnership into the future. 2020 challenged the city in ways we could have never dreamed of. It challenged all of us in every facet of our lives. It altered the way we worked and communicated. It changed the way we spent our time with friends and family. It tested our resiliency, and it tested what is fair and just. That is why I am extremely grateful to have a strong vision and values to guide us through challenging times. I am grateful for the leadership shown by our City Council members and staff. Now let's bring the lights down and focus on where we've been and where we're going. The city is coming into 2021 in a strong position. We are strong in our commitment to our vision and values. We are on a strong financial footing as we have a AAA bond rating. We developed strategic priorities and created a 2021 budget roadmap to help navigate the opportunities, improvements, and work that lies ahead. We are strong, we are resilient, and we are ready. We are ready because in early 2020, your City Council and city staff set to work to create a new vision for our city and re-examine our values. The vision and values were always there. We just needed to articulate them for today. The previous vision and values served us well for 24 years. After some hard work and collaboration, we solidified our vision. Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. We want people to feel that they truly belong here. Our vision is like a lighthouse, shining a light brightly to where we want to go. It was critical as we navigate through the COVID-19 pandemic and the civil unrest the country faced over the summer. And we know that it will continue to be a critical element as we make future decisions. Our values of respect, belonging, stewardship, adaptability, and ethics guided us as we dealt with hardships of closures, faced challenging decisions, and pivoted to provide relief and opportunities to our residents and businesses. At the end of the day, the people of Burnsville have elected us to be good stewards. These values help safeguard the public trust in all that we do. I have talked about vision and values as the guidelight for our city leadership. But as we look to where we want to be and how we best serve the people of Burnsville, we need a strategy. At the beginning of 2020, the city set course on 6 strategic priorities: safety, community engagement, community development, sustainability, transportation and infrastructure, and organizational services. Let's take a deeper look into these strategic priorities. It is important for everybody to know that it is a prime directive for us to ensure that our people have a great experience here, living in Burnsville, and also knowing that they will be safe. And what has evolved during the COVID experience, this pandemic that we have gone through, is the elevation and the really understanding of mental health and community engagement. And what our police chief has done is to address that. What she did was put together a mental health unit that is also part of the community engagement aspect of our police department. When we have a healthy group of first responders, they will also have the confidence in helping our residents and our businesses. And so know that our staff, police, fire, and everyone at City Hall care about your safety in our community.
This past year has been particularly important with the COVID and all the different things were going on. But our parks department went above and beyond to make sure that there were good quality events for our city that were safe for our residents, from our drive-in movies to the latest, the Polar Fest we just did. They're constantly looking at ways to get people engaged. This year, well, for years, we've been doing a lot of events in this city and with great attendance. And it's been kind of challenging the last year, but we pulled off a lot of great things in the city. And that's how we created the relief drive-in sessions. So we were able to do, we went through the governor's office to get permission to do it. That's how we ended up doing 58 concerts in this city last summer, which is no city in the state did anything like that.
One of the great things about living in Burnsville is no matter what you're looking for, we have it. And we have it for all income levels because we want Burnsville to be a place that everyone can enjoy. Just as we have in the past, in the future, we're going to continue to focus on community development. In March of last year, things did come to a pause, but we knew, and our business community knew, and our developers knew, it couldn't come to a stop. What our businesses learned and what we learned, we can carry through into the future. Inspections being able to continue virtually, restaurants and businesses being able to have that outdoor area. But we've also done things that are not COVID related that are going to be impacting Burnsville in its future that is really exciting. We've been rolling back regulations that have nothing to do with safety, but maybe they have to do with how something looks or a material that can be used. It just means that they can be more creative. So we're very excited about that. We have eliminated the property height cap in portions of our city. So Burnsville could have a beautiful skyline because Burnsville is going to be boldly leading to a vibrant community.
Burnsville's commitment to environmental stewardship will help now in education with our residents, showing people what they can do to help make sure that Burnsville stays healthy. And that's where you see like the rain gardens and food forests and community gardens that help take unused areas of our parks that we're using resources for, like mowing and watering and fertilizing, and converting those over to places that are better for the environment and better for the community. Anything that you do now is going to have an impact later, and if we can make a more positive impact today, you know, the long-term benefits are always going to be good if we have our head in the right place and we're all kind of on the same path with the same goal in mind.
The City of Burnsville has made a sizable investment to ensure that we have a comprehensive multimodal transportation system. Multimodal involves public transit, trails, bikes, scooters, walkers, etc. It also includes the Burnsville Transit Station and our Minnesota Valley Transit service, and that includes our new MVTA Connect service, is an app-based ride that will pick you up at your front door and take you to where you need to go, anywhere from Savage all the way to Rosemont. It's a phenomenal new modern service that really addresses the transportation equity question of how do we get service to everyone. The city is owned by the citizens who pay taxes. And so we invest smartly in tools that can give us the best management information possible. The city employs a robust GIS technology oversight and management system. And it's always aggregating this data and providing our city staff the ability to see anomalies or irregularities. It's important for you to understand that we are working hard to ensure cost efficiency, accessibility, equitability, and all of the things that make Burnsville a great place. Because Burnsville is bold, innovative, and where everyone belongs.
In Burnsville, our organization delivers service. That's what we do. We have over 280 wonderful employees who 24/7 make sure that we deliver the service to the citizens of Burnsville and to our businesses to make sure that you know that your city continues to work for your betterment each and every day. I am excited that these 6 priorities are the right priorities that will continue to move us on that roadmap that gets us to being a vibrant city, and that we continue to boldly lead through these 6 priorities. And then people will know when they come to this community, they too are welcome because our values say, you belong here. There are some special residents here today that I would also like to thank, and I'd like for them to stand also. Ben and Shannon Hoken. Ben and Shannon are relatively new residents to Burnsville. Last year, when the city held a song contest, they answered the call. The song they wrote expresses how they see Burnsville. It is a great tribute to everything we love about our city. So thank you, Shannon and Ben. I also want to thank Jack Kolb, William Stan Jack, and his partner Scott Jarvie at the garage for recording and producing the final track. And so thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who is here and virtually, for joining me today. God bless you all. God bless Burnsville. God bless America. I'm delighted to leave you with a joyful song entitled You Belong Here, written and performed by Shannon and Ben Hoken.
So much you Well, I want to thank the mayor and the city council and all the staff who put this great State of the City video together for us. It was super fun to see some of our community members as well as our chamber members starring in the You Belong Here song video. Hopefully some of you saw yourself. I want to take a minute to thank our sponsors who make these programs possible. Our bronze sponsors today are Cornerstone Copy Center and Xcel Energy. Our silver sponsors, Firefly Credit Union and M Health Fairview. Our gold sponsors are Wellington Management, Shippers Resource Center, Kraus Anderson Insurance, and EFH Companies. Our platinum sponsors today are Pepsi Beverages Company. Oh, that makes me thirsty. And our Collins Aerospace. We have a brief video from Collins.
From the smallest details to the highest pursuits, we relentlessly tackle the toughest challenges in our industry. And every day, we imagine ways to make the skies and the spaces we touch smarter, safer, and more amazing than ever. We are redefining aerospace.
Thanks to all of our sponsors for making this possible. Before we jump into questions and answers, I want to thank some of our elected officials that are here today. We have our state senator, Jim Carlson, I think I saw in the room. From Angie Craig's office, we have Mumina Muhammad. And Burnsville City Council members, Dan Gustafson and Dan Keeley, as well as Mayor Elizabeth Kautz. Thanks to all of you for joining us today. Mayor and Laura Baseball, our chair of the board, is with us here too. This is our second time doing a virtual State of the City event. We're glad to continue the conversation here before we move into networking. I'd like to thank you and our city council and our staff for your efforts to support our businesses this year. The city of Burnsville has been ahead of the curve on business assistance and support since the beginning of the pandemic. And I want to just thank you for whether it was creative ideas coming from staff, like loaning picnic tables to our restaurants for outdoor seating, or bold decisions like allocating $2 million of your CARES funding to business grants. The city of Burnsville really stepped up for our businesses this year, and we're very grateful. With that, Mayor Kautz, as we look ahead, we know that there are funds from the most recent American Rescue Plan Act that are being allocated to states, counties, and cities. We also know it's still too early to tell what all the guidance on that is going to be and exactly what the dollars are going to be, but can you share any insights for our members about the American Rescue Plan and how that might help the city of Burnsville and or our businesses as we recover?
Thank you, Jennifer, for the question. It is an exciting time. The rescue plan has given us some breathing room, but you're right. We're still working through what are items that are eligible. What we are very happy about with regard to the rescue plan is that the rescue plan allows cities to now look at our lost revenues. It is eligible. And so there's a lot of work that we have to do. Our assets like the Ames Center and our ICE Center all lost revenues, as well as our organization. And so we need to make sure that those funds are used also to help with those lost revenues, because if we can't do that, then we have to levy it back. But we're still working. And one of the things that I have asked our U.S. Conference of Mayors staff is to help us identify all of those items that are eligible. So they're working with revenue, and they're going to be, I also asked if they could work with our staff at the city of Burnsville as we go through all of this. We do know that we're going to get the rescue money for cities in two steps. So we'll have to take a look at that as well. But what is really, really important for all of us to know, and I'm excited about it, is that the new small business administrator, Isabella Casillas Guzman was sworn in on Wednesday, the 17th. And she comes from a family of entrepreneurs and small business. So she is really someone who really supports small business and what's going on. The rescue plan has a lot of funds there for businesses. So one of the things that I've asked our staff, and I just got a text, and this is staff at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, is that to put together a meeting, Zoom meeting between myself and the small business administrator. I've done that in the past, especially when I was the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, because I think one of the things that's important for us here at Burnsville is to be that information and resource for our businesses, to help them navigate through the SBA and also the grant monies that are in SBA, because if you don't know, you won't know how to access them. So the thing is knowing, and so I think one of the biggest things that we can do at City Hall is to make sure that we are that resource area for our businesses to access a lot of these funds, which is available.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so with that, we have another question, and please, I think I mentioned before the program, feel free to put any questions you have in the chat. I think the other question we had prior to the program was about businesses and how what we've seen our businesses do during the pandemic, which businesses have been most resilient. And I don't know, Laura Baseball, do you want to jump in with me on this question here?
Absolutely, yes. So what I'll just share with my experience over the past year, because I'm a financial planner, so I have clients in a variety of industries, and it really has been something amazing to see over the last year, kind of heartbreaking and yet thrilling at the same time, that of course our hospitality industry is anything that's leisure related, travel, restaurants have been hit so hard, but yet other businesses have just had their best career years ever. And I have had real estate agents, mortgage brokers, insurance companies, our local banks, you know, even my local handyman. It was hard for me to get my handyman scheduled for any jobs last year, because all of a sudden handymans were like your new secret weapon to have that nobody else could get access to. So it's really been interesting to see the businesses that were having to pivot and figure out, how do we manage our day-to-day essential business in the age of COVID, and being able to, you know, either change their product line or change how they deliver services. So I know that now that we're on the backside of COVID, we're getting vaccines rolled out, you know, everybody else that was lagging is getting to starting to catch up a little bit. So that's fantastic to see. I just hope that we can kind of keep the economic ball moving forward so that a rising tide lifts all boats.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Mayor. Yes, I agree with Laura. It has been truly inspiring to watch all of our businesses either improvise in their business to keep their customers safe and their employees safe, and to support one another through this pandemic. I really can't say that enough, how truly awed I am by our businesses. I also want to share that today our State of the City program is not just an event for us here at the Chamber. It's actually an outreach part of our partnership with the City of Burnsville, with the school district, with the county. We meet on a regular basis. We have meetings with the mayor and city manager every month. We have quarterly meetings with the entire school board, city council, and chamber board, and our county representative. And this was crucial at the beginning of the pandemic. This helped us provide a united front for our community. It helped us get access to resources for our community. And I'm just so grateful for the partnerships that we have here in Burnsville. So thank you to the city, the school district, the county, and of course our representatives who are here on the call today from the state and federal level. With that, as we wrap up our program today, I just want to share a couple of events coming up. So most of you know we're wrapping up the Bite of Burnsville. This year it was a passport edition. So for those of you that have your passports, you have another week till March 31st to use your coupons. We will be starting our virtual silent auction on March 31st. So stay tuned for those details. That'll run through April 7th. We have some really fun donations, some packages, some items that you're going to want to bid on, and that'll run through April 7th. And then on April 7th, we'll have a wrap-up event, a virtual event to wrap up the Bite of Burnsville. We'll give out our awards, we'll wrap up the silent auction, and wrap up our Restaurant Relief Fund program. After that, we will have our State of the Schools program on Friday, April 16th. Same format, so you can grab your lunch from a member business and join us at noon on April 16th. And then we're really looking forward to our Small Business Week celebration. This will be our first big in-person luncheon in a year. So stay tuned for that. We will have a hybrid option. So plan to join us on Tuesday, May 4th for our Small Business Week Awards luncheon. This will be the kickoff to our Small Business Week events, including another Eat, Drink, and Buy Local campaign. We want to continue to support those local businesses. So with that, thank you so much for joining us today for the State of the City, and we look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.